He changed his grades very slightly, like he increased his grades up about 10%, but to let it have a bigger effect, he found the smartest kids in the class and decreased their grades about 5%. So his grades didn't jump from a 6 to a 10, they jumped from maybe a 6 to an 8, but everybody who had a 10 dropped down to like a 9. So his overall average in the class was much, much higher. This went on for about 6 months, till he was trying to probably impress a girl, and he told the girl, look what I can do. And he showed her, and she went and reported him. The school had no idea what was going on. They now think he may have been selling tests, and it's a whole debacle, but they called us in to try to figure out what was going on, and we were able to close all his back doors, and I tried to offer the young man a job, but his parents weren't having it. Hacking banking. Several banks in the Caribbean have been compromised. I don't think there's any banks in here today, right? I've done this presentation before in other islands where two speakers before me, a bank person came up and said their bank has never been compromised and nothing has ever happened. And I was actually talking about their bank. So when I started saying this, the person started profusely sweating. Nonetheless, several banks in the Caribbean have been compromised. A large bank was recently targeted shortly after the launch of net banking. Everybody here knows what net banking is, where the bank gives you access to your accounts over the internet. They launched it, and it was a big media kudu, and they had all kinds of stuff in the newspaper, etc. And then they used email to send all their clients an invitation to join net banking, and here is your temporary username and password, login, and then you go ahead and change it. That was a very bad idea. Using a free tool, a group of hackers, not from the Caribbean, made an exact duplicate of the net banking site. And that's a very simple tool. There's many of them that do it. It works like a little vacuum cleaner. You point it to a site, it sucks up all the files, the images, everything, it spits it out somewhere else, and you have a site that looks exactly like pickyourfavoritebank.com. It looks, the same little login boxes, everything. Then they made some code that when you put in your username and your password, you're not giving it to the bank, you're actually giving it to them. Very simple, it's called phishing. What they did to actually leverage it, they intercepted all the emails that the bank sent out to their clients inviting them to net banking, and with that they got the exact list of who the bank was, who the bank's clients were. So they were able to send exact little emails saying, oh, we're doing some maintenance, please come to this site, click here, and come and do the maintenance. They were able to send that to exactly the bank's clients. So they weren't guessing, like how you've heard phishing attacks where they just send out random stuff. I'm sure all of you here have gotten that. Your Bank of America account is getting maintenance, please click here and log in, but you're thinking to yourself, I don't even have a Bank of America account, what craziness is that? These guys got around that by intercepting email. Very important thing to say. For those who don't know it, and this is one of those things where I'm not trying to scare you to death, do not send anything that you wouldn't want everyone on the street seeing via email. Email is not in the very least bit confidential. If you have a bank that's sending you your credit card number or a credit card statement, with the credit card number in via email, call the bank and yell at them very loudly. Email is exactly equivalent to a postcard. Postcard, anybody in the post office can flip it over and read it. It's the same thing with email, and there's a lot more post offices in the email world than there are in the physical world, so you want to be very careful with that. The thieves now got full control over a couple hundred of the bank's clients' email banking accounts. It was disastrous for the bank. You'll notice this was not in the newspaper anywhere throughout the Caribbean. The bank was very easily able to cover it up, simply because we don't have rules in the Caribbean that demand when there is a security issue in a bank, you have to report it. So they simply didn't report it. It didn't affect their profit and loss too much. Whatever money was stolen, they reimbursed it to the clients. Probably most clients didn't even notice. Money was gone for a while, they called, they complained, sorry, we'll put it back, our mistake, and that was the end of that. But as you can see, it's potentially very scary. Hacking your brand. How much time do I have left? I'm going to skip this. Yeah, I'm going to skip this so I can get to the next point. If you have questions about more examples, I can give you that. Keys to security, what you need to do. While we would build an office facility, we would never build an office facility and not put like doors up. We do that almost every day.